once again to the stream. Hopefully you had a lovely break. We had a bit of time off as always. Everything's smooth, running according to schedule, and we have so much time left over. We get to talk about everything, think about everything, and I'm sure Meow and Fairy Tale, who are gonna be our next match to watch, have been thinking in the background as well of what is there to come, and hopefully
What's the
me and Valen,
strat?
me and Valen can give you all of the excitement on the track.
Yes, I'm looking forward to this match. We have the server open. We have the Fairy Tales here. The Meow ladies aren't here yet, but we will be starting in about 5 minutes. 4 minutes, I think. So yeah, predictions. You think the Fairy Tales are gonna win? A little bit of bias there, but still, I mean, they're a good team.
I mean,
They could win.
They could
But
definitely
Meow
win.
can also be very fast. So I don't know what, like, I don't know if I can give a prediction on this.
I mean, given what the results were from today, as we have it on the screen as well, as I had a bit of a quick fumble on the keyboard, it is that of course Birds of Prey did win their match against Meow, and Fairy Tail won against their match against Equinox.
Yeah.
It's very hard to tell, of course, when we look at day one, for example. Meow did beat Equinox, but it was a very close affair, all things considered. So Meow have to sort of do the exact same, and even better. So they have to outperform themselves what they did against Equinox, even to have a chance to go into the grand final. And if they beat Fairy Tail, they will of course get a higher seeding. They will go past. Well, technically they will be tying with Lilies on 16 points. But first things first, of course, they have to beat Fairy Tail first, and it's gonna be a tough task. Another outworldly performance has to come in, I think.
And a fun little statistic for you as well. Both teams are now in the lower bracket because they lost versus Birds of Prey, which is, I think, a funny, an interesting statistic. So they've beaten all the other teams. Birds of Prey are a step higher, but I mean, they will have, either team will get like one of them will get a second chance at it in the grand final, of course. But yeah, still, let's see, Meow and Fairy Tale. I mean, I think Zara and Marina definitely, they're gonna be fast. They're gonna be consistent and they're gonna be fast. And I think it's gonna depend on how consistent and how and the pace of Ya and Runner. I think Runner can be fast too. Ya can be fast. Ya has been driving very well this weekend, especially compared to last weekend where she was made some more mistakes. So she's definitely improved. So I think they are up for the challenge, but it's still going to be a tough match.
Yeah, I will say, of course, like if we come take a look at the times and everything and go very statistical into the matchup, of course, Ya will be the sort of the weakest link out of the four. So it will be something where Sarah definitely has to sort of hold up the flag for Meow, and Ya to then take a nibble at every single little treat that the Fairy Tales are gonna leave behind for them to pick up. Cat treats
They'll be
from
pouncing on each other's mistakes. I think.
exactly
Yeah.
whatever
That's
cat pun you can think of.
if they don't, like if one of the girls makes a mistake, whoever it is, if the other team doesn't take advantage of that situation, then they're gonna get in trouble. Like if your opponent makes a mistake, you have to take the points.
Yep.
That's, I think, the key here. And if they can do that, so yeah, I mean, so then the question is, do you drive safe and consistent and hope for a crash, or do you still have to push it? I mean, you still have to push it. You're in the lower bracket final.
I mean,
You can't go full safe.
I mean, I usually follow a very simple philosophy when I do with driving. I always drive risky because that is how I've learned to play the map. So if I start to do anything safe, that means I'm not doing something that I haven't practiced. So unless you specifically practice for safe lines, the best comfort is usually just go what you know for, And what we know of
and bands, here we go.
is the pick and bends, yeah, ahead of us.
Viridian Hills, we're not going to see that map. That is the first ban, and it is being banned by the Fairy Tales, and also Supination is banned, and that one was banned by MEOW. Now we're going to see the first map. Which one are we going to see? So we still might see Decadence. There it is. Decadence is going to be the first map that we're going to see in this matchup. And so, yeah, it's the pace map, the Viridian Hills, the one that people don't make too many mistakes on. That's not the one they want to play. Celestia is going to be the second map we're going to play, so we're going to see that for sure. And Attention will be the map that is going to be the decider if we get there. So we're going to see Celestia for sure, and we know that that one always brings to the spectacular finishes. So I already can't wait. But Decadence is the first one we're going to go for.
Well, definitely interesting pick because Decadence has been pretty much the first pick for Fairy Tail as well. So it seems that Zara is looking to challenge the team of Fairy Tail because I mean, when we spectated them yesterday, Zara was driving very consistent. She was doing 41s as well, similar to Marina and Runner. So she can definitely be there. If Ya can also keep up with the pace as well, or be there when Zara needs her. I think there could be some good potential, and we get to see Celestia as well, which is always a lovely sight.
Exactly, love seeing Celestia. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. The warm up is going to start. We're going to go to the correct map.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one. Decadence is first map by GJKF. Yeah, go ahead.
Now, also the fact that MEOW and Fairy Tail definitely need their own logos as well. We have given them every opportunity to give us a new logo, and we still haven't gotten. So maybe MEOW gets a cat logo as well. Maybe Fairy Tail gets a little fairy. I don't know, fairy godmother or whichever you want to put there. We can definitely work on that. But today, since they don't have any official logos or they haven't made any, they do get the lovely WRL logo for now. So you have to just see one is MEOW, one is FTL, I guess, if you want to put it like that. But
sure.
Everything aside,
maybe they are going faster than light. Who knows, right? Who knows?
Indeed.
The warm up is over. The first round is about to start. On Decadence, we have MEOW with Zara and Ya, and we have the Fairy Tales with Runner and Marina, and they're fighting out for a place in the grand final versus the Birds of Prey. Let's see how they do it. Runner with a good start, and Marina a close second. Here's that water bit. You do not want to touch the water because that will give you a very bad line and a bad time, I should say. Marina with a nice exit speed there. Zara also just took over second place for a little bit there, but now Runner is taking it right back. But they are neck and neck here fighting for second place, but it looks to be Zara who comes out of it a little bit better, has the better gear. That slide cancel, very, very nice to see. It's Marina who's going to take the first place. Zara with a good second place, a Runner in a third, and Ya has made a tiny mistake, so she's a little bit behind. That is 2 points for the Fairy Tales and 1 point for MEOW. And that is a good start for Marina and Runner to begin this match with.
Well, that is good to see. Well, it is the case where Fairy Tail are enjoying their usual first map pick, and MEOW giving it to them as Marina goes a bit too close to the pole there and crashes the corner, which means
she touched water. Oh no!
And she's having a wonderful time in the back. So it is up to Runner now. Runner has to keep it clean. She cannot allow Zara to overtake. This could be good points for MEOW as well. Ya, at the moment doing... Ooh, Zara almost flies into the pole. But it seems that Runner is doing everything... Oh no! She has a fumble. She gets an nosslide. And Ya hits the corner as well. So it could have been an ace for MEOW. But Ya also getting a nosslide. And this is a bit of a spinning round, one of those rounds. So everybody having a bit of a fumble.
Ever.
Yep. One of those rounds ever.
One of the rounds ever. Yep. All right, but we are tied again. It's 3-3, so that's at least a good thing for MEOW. So clean slate for everyone. We are back to square one, so to speak. And it is Marina now who is aiming not to make that same mistake again. So she will be making sure of that. Here we go into that turn. She does not touch the water this time. Runner has a bit of a slide action there and will lose her second place to Zara and Marina as well. Marina and Zara neck and neck, going exactly the same speed here, it looks like. Marina touches the side. She will lose a position, and maybe Ya will even take over. And it is Zara who looks to have released a little bit, so now it is Runner who's going to take over. and pass her. And what is this, Marina? Just coming right back. How does she keep doing this 600 of a second after her teammate? The ace is on the board. It's 3-6.
Yeah, it was a good round as well. 3 players with the 41, but it goes the way of Fairy Tale. Fine margins, but that is still an ace for Fairy Tale. So the points in the end do the talking, and that is a very good talk. And Sarah has a very unfortunate mistake there in the corner. So now it's up to Ya to catch some points as well. She has been constantly in the back waiting for some mistakes, and she's been able to capitalize on some of them. But if Runner and Marina are really not gonna give a nibble for her, then yeah, it's not gonna really happen at the moment. And at the moment, Runner and Marina are definitely looking to rectify that and going for a back-to-back ace, clean rounds now, and that is that 41 5s and 41 6. Very good round times as well, and that is 3-9 the score. Now cranking, cranking up the machine a bit, getting it going. The first few rounds, the machine didn't start quite, but now they are cooking.
Yes, and that is a rare mistake by Zara, but it does mean that the ace is on the board. 9-3, which is a very precarious position to be in. Zara immediately crashes into the side, calculates her jump a little bit wrong, and Marina and Runner are now in a prime position to take those 10 points, because all they need is one of them to end up in first or second place, and that will give them the victory on this map. And it is Ya with a little bit of airtime. That's not going to be very helpful. Marina and Runner are on pace here to take this first map for themselves in a very good fashion. Here we go. Marina finishing with a 40.9. Very good time as well. Runner in second place. That's another ace. The scores 3-12, and the Fairy Tales are first now. Their first map is on the board.
Yep, exactly that. And Marina did say, I've been at least trying to talk with them a bit in between as well, and she was trying to go for that sub 41 as well, and she finally got it. Took a bit of time, but with a few wall touches in between as well. But highs and lows. But
you gotta risk to get a good time. That is true.
That is indeed true. You have to risk it for the biscuit, and this time it did work out. And we are going to Celestia. First time we see it today. So good to get that as well on the board. And this was the pick of, well, technically Fairy Tale, but we've seen Sarah do really well on this map as well. So again, it's gonna be a tough task, and it's not often that Fairy Tale get to play this map. So definitely gonna be an interesting case to see who's feeling more comfortable out the gate.
Zara already in the warm-up going very fast.
Yeah, everybody's having a good round in the warm-up, but unfortunately this is not the live one. They have to run it back and go again, because this is the actual round where they start off.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go, the first round on Celestia, the map with the incredible finishing clips. Also, if something cool happens, people, make sure you press that clip button, because we also want to see those back later, of course. Marina has a good start. Runner as well. It is Zara. Oh, that was Zara respawning because she flew off that transition there, and that was not the way she wanted to do that. It is now up to Ya to see if she can limit this damage here, but she already is 1 second behind the ladies of the Fairy Tales, so that's going to be a tough cookie to crack. Yeah, Marina not making any mistakes, and Runner is right behind her. Here comes the end jump, where we have seen so many snipes. Their lines are clean. They both make it, and that is the ace on the board, and they are only 7 points away from being in the grand final here.
Yeah, and that was very fast indeed by Marina as well. That was almost overdoing, almost faster than Sarah's PB on the map. So definitely cranking up the speed here. So Sarah cannot afford to make mistakes, and Ya also has to crank up a notch here, as Marina and Runner are really putting in the heat at the moment. I mean, Runner is slowly running it away with Marina alongside her. And so far everybody's looking good. Yeah, gives us a good perspective of everybody involved, but so far, she does touch the wall a bit, so it is up to Zara to mitigate the damage here. She can still take it. We've seen some interesting snipes, famously of course by Lina Kitty against Equinox here as well, so Sarah can definitely do it as well. but it seems that Marina and Runner are not going to even give them a chance to come back. Clean runs and 2 aces in a row. They are not giving MEOW a fun time at the moment. Really not giving them anything to go by, to be honest.
They are taking names for sure. They're not messing around here. The score is 6-1, and this is going to be a short final if this is how it's going to go. The ladies from MEOW do need to make it happen now. But with the pace that's happening here with Marina and Runner, what do you do? Oh, and as we say that, Marina makes a mistake. She flies off. She has to correct that, and she will lose a lot of time. So now it's up to Runner to limit the damage. The best now that they can probably hope for is the draw. If Runner goes as fast as she goes, maybe she will make a mistake as well. Here's the sausage in the inside turn. We're getting to the end here. Runner is not making a mistake. Here's that last drift, but there's a lot of speed. There it is. Zara with the speed. The lineup is correct, and there you go. She snipes it. She will take the win. That is a good result. Yeah, in third place, and Marina in last place from a rare mistake that she made. But that is good for the confidence as well for the ladies of MEOW.
Yeah, that was a good round indeed for Team MEOW, but it is match point.
There.
Yeah, that was a very, very sick end as well. Fully sending and taking as wide as possible to get as much speed as possible for Zara, and she pulls it off. But now match point for Fairy Tale.
Zara's
no more
pushing.
mistake.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Zara is sending it, but yeah, hits the wall a bit, so does give away the position over the Runner. But it is a 1v1 up the top with the two contenders for the fastest girls on the map at the moment. Zara and Marina both going for it. Can Zara do it again? Oh,
no.
she was setting up for it, but Runner also overtakes, and with that in mind, it's the ace on the board. 2-10.
That's it.
And that's it.
That's the match. That's the match. The score was 7-2, and that's the match right there.
Oh,
and just like that, this final is over. 43.8, a very nice time from Marina. Unfortunately, Zara clipping there, and that's how fast this can go.
Yeah,
wow.
They're making giving us they are making it really quickly. I feel like Fairy Tale are like, yep, chop, let's get on with. We have a grand final to play soon. You know, they're making it rather quick for us as well. But with that result, of course, as we go back to our commentators' poof as well, that does mean that there are no real tie breaks as well in this case. But I mean, the ladies are driving fast. You know, there's no room for just like, you know, I will have a nice 3-map series, you know, overtimes galore, all of the action and everything. No, fast, furious, and all to the point, and that's exactly what's happening.
Exactly. And GG to the ladies of MEOW. They put up a really good fight, but unfortunately it was not quite enough. There was a lot of speed there, and GG to Marina and Runner. We will see them again in the grand final, and they will be facing the Birds of Prey. Maybe we can look at the sheet one more time for today. I mean, I think we've shown it so many times that everybody knows it by heart at this point.
Yep.
But, you know, we like to look at it anyway. So the grand final will be the Birds of Prey and then the ladies of the Fairy Tales. So a very good debut performance from the Fairy Tales. They came in and they said, hello, it's us. Let's go to that grand final. And there they are. So it's going to be a good one. They did lose to the Birds of Prey earlier, so they might have a little bit of vengeance on their minds, you know, a little bit of let's take it this time action. But I mean, the Birds of Prey are fast. Can Fairy Tales be faster? That's the question.
Yep, indeed the case as well. And that is going to be the matchup for today. Birds of Prey and Fairy Tale. We didn't get to see them on day one. They did meet each other one time. If we can take a look at the bracket from day one. They did meet in the upper bracket semi-final. It was a 2-0 affair, but it was a very close affair. There could have been a case where they went for the three maps galore. But it did not happen in that case. So, but for now, at least day 2, second opportunities.
Will they get a rematch now? Yeah.
Will they get a rematch? And now, given that we have so much time at the moment, I mean, do we show the maps? I think we have so much time. We might as well, you know, show them the maps as well a bit, you know. We
Yeah,
have so much
let's
time
do it.
simply. We can even show them after we come back as well. So with a bit of information as well, we do have just to give you a bit of indication, we have 2 new maps that will be coming for the December event. The December event, aka the championship, will have the 8 best teams of the league playing against each other on all the maps we've had so far. We have 7 now, and we have 2 more as well. But what will be the maps actually going to be? Well, there is a little bit of a video for it as well to make a showcase. I at least, well, we did a bit of cooking, aka I whipped something up in the media tracker. I did a bit of a swish wash and made something fancy. So without further ado, the 2 new maps for the December event will be on your screen. So enjoy the little bit of a video, and then we will talk a
Let's
bit
see it.
about the maps as well. So enjoy. Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. A little bit of a teaser as well for what is to come. 2 new maps that will be joining our fray, and we will have a bit of a picture up on your screens as well. The first one being Thorns by Deska. So hopefully it was a good teaser. Hopefully people enjoyed it. It was a little
That
bit
looks
of
very
work.
nice.
Yeah, everything looked very nice. So this is Stones by Deska. There's a bit of a screenshot of it as well. Uh, it is a definitely, it has more emphasis on road and dirt. No ice on that map. There is one little plastic section, but definitely Deska enjoys the drifts and definitely enjoys mixing dirt and road together. So a lot of dirt enjoyers definitely gonna have a good time there. And overall, what you saw from the video, definitely a lot of good tracks. I think it will be a good map to enjoy, and there's plenty of room to, for people to push for some very excellent times as well.
A lot of optimization possible, yes.
Indeed, and that is at least one of the maps that will be joining the fray, and the other one is another Ellipse map as well. Ellipse apparently lives in the editor at this point. She just every tournament that exists, there has to be a Ellipse map at this point. But it is Serafina by Ellipse. There's a bit of a screenshot of the big, I guess you could say, a big donut, sort of, or a swirl, whichever way you want to put it on the screen. But that is the map, and it definitely features ice. There is one turn, you did see it. On this picture, I don't think you are just about not able to see it. I've hidden it quite well, so you don't have to be afraid of ice. But but this is the map as well. A very simple map, I will say. But it is a good mix match of a bit of tech, a bit of everything. But definitely there is a little bit of ice for everybody. And when I was driving it as well, very enjoyable. And I think it's a good mix of a map that's a bit of different. They are both maps that are slightly different from what we have, but still familiar enough that everybody could have a very good time on them as well.
And also, do we have a date for when they get released? Are they already released?
Well, you can
Um,
ask Kevin that as well, but as far as I understood from Kevin as well, he will be putting them up probably during the grand final already. So, yeah, if you're lucky and maybe refreshing the club a bit more, you might even notice the maps already in
okay,
the
so they'll
club.
release like now-ish,
No-ish,
ish.
but
Okay,
after
yes.
the
Okay,
grand final, they will definitely be there anyway. So, yeah, as you can see,
all
Kevin
right,
also saying that after the grand final, we will have it as well. So we can
all right.
put
Thank
it
you.
back to our point of view. Once we return, we can show the video again. We will come back a bit earlier so people can. So for those maybe who missed or are arriving only for the grand final, will be able to see that video again. So hopefully you did enjoy it. Just we can burn a bit of time because we still have a lot of time until the next match.
We
No
do have a
matter
lot
what
of
we
time.
do, we cannot avoid that fact.
You plan for delays, you don't get them. That's just how it goes. Also, we have Neon in chat, who is, of course, the caster that we had last time as well.
Mhm.
My fellow caster. Welcome. Hope you're having a great time. Um, but yeah, say hi to him, you guys. So yeah, I think we're gonna go to a little bit of a break now then.
Mhm.
What time do you think we'll be back? I think 25, maybe?
Well, if we want to
8:29?
show the people the video
Oh yeah,
one
a
more
little bit
time,
sooner.
then we'll come
Yeah.
5 minutes a bit earlier. So I think in
Yeah.
like 10 minutes. No, not 10 minutes. 50. No, it is. Yeah. In what's my math? Doing math on the spot, like
Yeah,
in
15 minutes ish. Yeah.
at 13, 14. You get the gist. We'll be back at on the 20 mark, and then for the grand final of the Women's Racing League November match. So don't go too far, and get your friends, get everybody involved, your cats, your grandmother, everybody you can
All the
find in your
pets.
household, get them on and for the grand final because it's gonna be a good one. It will be probably the two best teams of the tournament at the moment, Birds of Prey and Fairy Tale, battling it out to sort of, I guess you could say, to see who has the better end going into the December event.
All right, we will see you in a bit, you guys.
Yeah, have a fun time. We'll be right back.